Hi, today we are here with another lesson from grade 7 bio, and today the topic that we are going to take is changes in the environment. In our previous lesson we discussed about environmental impact rating of different activities. Now these different activities are affecting the environment. If we look at the environment can be basically divided into three parts. The one part of the environment is land, the dry land where plants are there, human beings are there, a lot of different types of the animals are there. So that part of the environment is land. The second part of the environment is seas and oceans. They also make a part of the environment that we also called aquatic environment. And the third part of the environment is atmosphere that involves the air, which is a mixture of different gases. It's a blanket of the gases around the earth. So these all three together will make the complete environment. Now, different human activities are changing the three parts of the environment in different ways. So in this lesson, we will learn how the changes on the land are occurring because of the human activities. We will talk about the activities that actually are responsible for these changes. Then we will talk about the changes in the seas and oceans, and then the changes in the atmosphere. So let's start. Very first thing is to know about the changes on the land are because of certain reasons. Any change on the land will have one of these reasons. Either the reason behind that is the search of human for the food, or the need of the humans and animals on the land for the shelter to make the homes for themselves, to leave the natural homes and build the artificial homes. That is another reason for bringing the changes on the land. And the third reason is the use of fossil fuels. No, the third reason is linked with the first two reasons. The fossil fuels are used either for the food or for the shelter. Food doesn't mean only eating the food, it may involve the transportation of the food, making it in artificial ways, and a lot of different things can be with that. So, uses of fossil fuels is another reason for the changes on the land. And all these activities are linked with each other actually. You can say that for the food, the shelters and fossil fuels are used, but these activities are actually affecting the food chain in the environment. uh, that activities, there are different activities which actually are disturbing the food chains. Here is the list you can see on the screen, that these are the activities. The first activity is hunting of the animal. Human beings are hunting the animal for their food. Hunting the animals at a large scale is creating the disturbance in the food chain, because these animals may be the food for the other animal, or maybe they are consuming the other animal. So hunting at a large scale is destroying a lot of food chains in the habitats. The second one, deforestation, is another activity that is destroying the food chains. Cutting of plants and trees for the use of shelters or for any reason is destroying the food chains, because plants are the homes for many animals. They are the food of many different animals. So it is also destroying the food chains. The third activity that is destroying the food chain is the use of chemicals and pesticides. Today, in the current scenario, farmers need to produce huge amount of food for the world's human population. So they are using the pest uh, anti-pest medicine. The pests are actually, you can say, different animals that attack their crops. So to kill them, they use the pesticides. Now, the use of these pesticides and other different chemicals is also causing the death of different animals and plants, which ultimately are the need of the environment. Their destruction will lead to the destruction of the food chain. So this is another activity that is causing the destruction of the food chains and different habitats as well. Now, the third reason is mining for different substances. Mining involves lot of minings actually involve the digging of earth, so that will sometimes need to clear a lot of plants in that area. So many habitats and food chains are disturbed by that as well. Now, next come changes in the seas and oceans. Now, changes in the seas and oceans are harming the sea creatures, and these changes are because of different human activities. Even the changes within the seas are because of the human activities, because humans are using the seas and oceans for their transportation, and even they are getting the food from the sea creatures as well. So the changes in the seas and oceans are also because of the human activities. Here we have a list of the human activities that put the impact and bring changes in the seas and oceans. The very first activity is overfishing. Humans are doing fishing to get their food from the sea and oceans. Overfishing results destruction of the food chains in the seas and oceans. As a result, when the food chain get disturbed, so many sea creatures die within the sea. So that put a negative impact on the environment within the seas and ocean. And ultimately, human beings will be the one who will suffer from these changes. And the next one is putting the garbage. We are dumping the garbage in seas and oceans. Humans are collecting the garbage and putting it at a large scale within seas and oceans. This dumping of garbage in the seas and oceans is killing many sea creatures, that is destroying many food chains and creating other problems within the seas and oceans. And the third activity is the oil leakage from the oil tankers. Humans are transporting oils, petrols, and these things from one place to another place. So during these transportations, many oil tankers get leaked within the seas and oceans. So as a result, a lot of sea creatures die because of the oil leakage, because their bodies cannot accept this. That is a pollution that we are putting within the sea. So this is another reason that is changing the seas and oceans in a bad way, so putting a bad impact on the seas and oceans. The third type of changes are changes in the atmosphere, that the usage of fossil fuels and other substances in the environment are bringing a lot of changes in the atmosphere. Inshallah, we will discuss it in our next lesson. See you in the next lesson.